Welcome back to the PEWPEW Zone. I am your host, Mike, and today we will talk about the top 5 45 ACP guns on Earth. The M1911A1.45 ACP has long been a favorite of gun owners and enthusiasts. It has been a great weapon for the country as a whole, and is still used by some law enforcement agencies today. John Moses Browning, one of the most renowned gun designers and innovators of all time, created the M1911A1 semi-automatic pistol. Browning was also the creator of the most cherished pistol of all time, the 1911. He also designed the Browning high-power pistol and the M2 Browning heavy machine gun, debuting in 1921, and which continues to be the preferred heavy machine gun of the American military today. After it was discovered that the Army's Colt M1892 revolver, which shot the .38 long Colt cartridge, was too light to disperse, let alone stop, charging Moro tribesmen called the Juramantados in the southernmost islands of the Philippines during the Moro insurrection, the 1911A1 began firing the new 45 ACP round, which stands for Automatic Colt Pistol. The 45 ACP cartridge soon won the hearts of both law enforcement officers and members of the U.S. military. For one very good reason, the 45 ACP bullet is still in use today. It has superb stopping power and is much more powerful than the 9mm it is currently in use all over the world. It is challenging to pick only 5 of the best pistols in the 45 ACP caliber. Nonetheless, there are many more that should be taken into account. The top 5 pistols in this category are: Number 5. Glock 21 Gen 4. When it comes to 45 ACP pistols, or pretty much any caliber, the Glock is one of the best brands in terms of dependability and capacity. In terms of performance and speed, the Glock 21 has long been regarded as the gold standard for 45 ACP. This superb handgun is reasonably priced and has a total capacity of 14 rounds, 13 in the mag and 1 in the chamber. With the Glock 21, Glock has given gun owners a fantastic alternative. Glock has created a 45 caliber pistol that combines the simplicity of use and practicality of a smaller handgun with the power of a larger handgun. Whereas many other gun makers have compromised on a number of characteristics in the creation of their own 45 caliber handguns, particularly in the Gen 4 model, which includes the new Glock twin recoil spring assembly for reduced kick and wear. This is evident in the design, grip, and ergonomics of the weapon. Some people enjoy the boxy form, while others despise it. However, with a polymer frame, it weighs only 29 ounces, which is light for a 45 ACP. And at 8 inches long, it is a full-sized handgun, making concealment a challenge, but nonetheless manageable. But it shoots like a Glock, and very well manages the recoil. The stock trigger, which some may find to be the main flaw in this handgun, may easily be fixed. Like the next item on this list, we are still to hear of any report that a Glock has jammed in use. Number 4. SIG SAUER P220. The SIG SAUER P220 Combat is a highly configurable pistol with a super light aluminum chassis that is notably unique from other 45 ACP pistols. The two-tone appearance, created by blending an anodized barrel, action, and slide with a flat dark earth alloy frame and stock, is the first thing that stands out. Another of the ludicrous military phrases for what most people would refer to as booger colored. The SIG P220 is a tried and true pistol, yet this combat variant was markedly improved by making a few little changes to it. The P220 Combat has outstanding sights. They are positioned high and have tritium inlays for visibility in poor light. A 3-lug Picatinny rail is available for mounting attachments. The trigger pull is crisp, and the pistol can be fired in single or dual action. It is also simple to use even when wearing gloves. A 10+1 magazine is also available, but it doesn't significantly lengthen the handgun. The regular magazine is 8+1. It handles flawlessly and shoots like a dream, just like with all SIGs. And with the magazine, it measures 8 inches overall and weighs 31 ounces. Number 3. WALTHER PPQ. The Walther PP series pistols are blowback-operated semi-automatic pistols developed by German arms manufacturer Karl Walther GmbH Sportwaffen. For those who are curious, the PP means Polizeipistole or police pistol, and the Q in PPQ stands for quick defense. This is another excellent firearm from the business that has been making them for many generations. This famous pistol has a very interesting manufacturing history. Briefly, Walther started making the PPs in Zella-Michels in Germany. When the Soviets took that town, Walther moved to a new factory in Ulm. When the Americans occupied Germany, they forbade the Germans any gun manufacturing. Walther then gave production licenses to a company in France, and eventually a license was also given to a series of U.S. gun manufacturers including Smith & Wesson, until Walther was able to have their own factory in the United States. With the typical 4-inch barrel, the overall length is 7.1 inches, the height is 5.3 inches, and the width is 1.3 inches. Additionally, a 4.6-inch threaded longer barrel can be obtained from the manufacturer. The Walther PPQ has an empty weight of 24 ounces. The version chambered for 45 ACP has a capacity of 12+1 rounds. Changeable backstraps of the pistol enable a better fit for the shooter. The grip incorporates cross-directional stippling and extremely light finger grooves, providing a gripping surface that is quite pleasant. With a pull weight of 5.6 pounds, the trigger is superb, and the magazine release is ambidextrous. Although it is full-sized, the recoil is somewhat robust, but shooting it is accurate and enjoyable. Number 2. KIMBER Pro COVERT 2. It is quite thrilling to personally hold the KIMBER Pro COVERT 2, especially when the occasion is least likely, like in a rare family reunion and a relative presents you with his. Many of the SWAT teams of large metropolitan forces rely on the 1911A1 design, and KIMBER is the weapon of choice when selecting a backup weapon for an officer. KIMBER has a well-deserved reputation for producing extremely high-quality pistols. The KIMBER Pro COVERT 2 has a 4-inch barrel, which makes it slightly shorter and more concealable than the typical 5-inch barrel seen on 1911A1 pistols. Its specifications are 7.7 inches long, 5.25 inches tall, and 28 ounces when empty. The capacity of the magazine is 7+1. It is a very appealing 1911A1 thanks to the charcoal gray aluminum frame and grips covered in desert camouflage from the Marine Corps. But the KIMBER is most comfortable on the range. It is quite accurate and dependable, and the full-sized grips are really comfortable. It was perfectly accurate when shot at the usual 7-meter range. Although it had somewhat higher recoil due to the shorter barrel, it was hardly perceptible versus a conventional 1911A1. This gun is a great choice if you're committed to the 1911 platform. Number 1. Heckler & Koch Universal Self-Loading Pistol, aka HK-USP Tactical. Back in the first half of the 1990s, there was a craze for the H&K USP, which the Navy was able to obtain for the SEALs through its 1991 participation in the Special Operations Offensive Handguns Weapon System Program, or OHWS. It was given the name DASA Mark 23 by the Special Operations Command, or SOCOM, and shortly after that, Heckler & Koch started making the USP. The extreme conditions they subjected that weapon to are legendary. More than 40 degrees Fahrenheit, higher than 150 degrees, coated with sand, and soaked in salt water. They even shot it again after sticking a bullet in the barrel. It barely had a small bulge in the barrel when it passed through the obstructing round. The accuracy remained high even after firing a complete magazine through the enlarged barrel. That was truly remarkable. The length of this weapon is 8.64 inches, the height is 5.9 inches, and the width is 1.26 inches. It weighs a substantial 2.05 pounds. Although H&K sells 10-round magazines for residents of gun-restrictive states, the double-stacked magazine carries 12+1. The trigger pull is quite smooth, weighing roughly 11 pounds in double action and 45 pounds in single action. It is incredibly accurate, durable, and reliable. The sights still function flawlessly, even if it is configured for a suppressor. And H&K USP is capable of shooting 45 super rounds out of the box without changing the recoil spring. This is why this handgun is on top of my list. And that's it for this video. If you feel like I have left out other gun models that should have made it to this list, let me know by commenting down below. Please click on the like, share, and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you in the next video.